did. Someone just got their fingers burnt. But what I wanted to talk about, I was listening to Oracle B this morning. Oracle B 444, if you know. Shout out to you, Del. And she was talking about a space and a portal, and I've been getting these, going to a specific spot, and I've been getting these messages of that, the building being on a ground that there shouldn't be any building. And every time I go to the spot, they say get out, get out. It's actually a area where there was a lot of lost war ground in the early days, colonial times, massacre. And they built a convent there, but where I am, I'm in the vicinity of the space where I live, and it was the first flour mill here, which is now then it turned into a pub, and there's lots and lots and lots of spirits here, some good, some bad. But then every time I go down the track down here, it's down the river there, and it's between between here and the convent where I am, which is, every time I go past the place, I get these messages saying, get out, get away from here, and every time I walk down that track, I'm looking over my shoulder. I don't know what that is, but it's all related. But then, I started doing some research on this place, and I kept getting a message saying the cave, and what was the caves around here? And I looked into it, and there's some caves, but it's a ways from here, which was in the Murchison. There's these caves, a real creepy place. People go abseiling down there and that, but I wouldn't go near it myself. Anyway, what happened in the early days, I did a bit of research into it, and then what happened in the early days is they actually went to this cave, and it was full of this bat shit, which they decided to harvest and put on the farms in this area, right here. So they spread all this bat shit for fertilizer on the ground. And I kept getting this message that is part of the race, that's part of the cursing of this ground. They moved it from out of that cave and brought it down here, which is probably about 3 hours away. And by car. And what Oracle B was talking about, and I think this is all connected, and then she started to connect. It's a different avenue. It's a different avenue she's talking about when she's talking about the shops, but that's a whole different issue. But this early colonial practices is what's developed into what's happening now with the shopping centres, and she was talking about freeways connecting, and all that kind of thing. It's a bigger issue. Anyway, I want to pull some cards on these particular caves, because I believe that this is where here in this part of the world has grown to affect, because here and in those early days, this is the beginning of the settlement, and it was based, I've spoken about all these other curses through sex magic and all that sort of stuff, but this is something else, right? This goes a little bit further. So from these caves there's a dark energy come out of this cave, and I could feel it. I went there once, and I just went, well, man, I just want to get away from the place, because I could feel the energy coming from that cave, and there was these people abseiling into it, and I'm like, well, man, I wouldn't. No, I'm gonna come out of there with Anyway, I've got the ancestors speak cards here, and I would like to ask the ancestors about these caves. Holy ancestors of the highest degree, those of the highest degree, I don't want any negative energies coming through on this read to confuse us. I want clear, honest, high vibrational ancestors to answer me through these ancestral cards to begin with. Tell us about these caves, Holy Spirit. Tell us what we need to know about the cave, where the batship came from. Tell us what we need to know about this. What we should be doing. What are we doing? Ancestors, holy ancestors of the highest degree. Those of the highest degree. Shine brightly, stand out, be proud, individuality. Oh, I don't know how that is actually relevant. Maybe it is. Now what I'm getting here, in those early times, and I've seen the photographs of these men that actually went there to get this, harvest this batship, and they had a photograph in front of the cave, but there was actually 5 of them, but 3 of them stood out. This is saying shine bright, and I believe that these 3, but there was 2 that sort of stood off to the side. And these ones here are like saying shine brightly, and you know, these are ancestors, these are those that have passed. And they're smiling in front of this because this is their big achievement, you know, for feeding the land as they seen it. But also, you know, like acquiring the accolades, you know, like wanting that respect to be, you know, like look what we did, sort of energy. And that's what I've got from that. What else do we need to know? Holy ancestors, what do we need to know about this? Tell us what we need to know about this. Holy ancestors of the highest degree. What do we need to know? Clarity, please. Clarity. Oh. tune in and connect. They're telling us non-verbal communication, intuition and messages. So they're definitely speaking to us and explore your creative side. But look, this is the cave. Messages out of the cave. So we've got messages and we're visuals from the cave. And from this one, see, in this image, we've got the cow, and this is how I think that the people at that time were thinking, wow, we can harvest this, we can grow this cow, right? But they're not noticing this little red one down the bottom here. Something dark, something red, something feeling demonic. So they're looking at this, thinking this big harvest, right? But they're missing something here. They're missing that. Anyway. What else do we need? What do we need to see? What do we need to see? Holy ancestors, Holy Spirit, Holy ancestors. What do we need? What do we need to know about this? Okay, so respect your physical body, relax, detox, rejuvenate. Forest. Detox in the forest. Detox in the forest. I'm not sure where that's taken. Have courage, fearless, warrior, strength. These guys are facing what's to come. Courage. They're armed up. I'm saying these guys, I'm seeing these guys as the indigenous that were trying to defend from the release of this energy of Banshee, there was a dark energy in the Banshee. And I seen these as the ancestors watching what's going on and arming up and preparing themselves for something. This one here is saying detox. And then we've got focus on children, pregnancy, birth and adoption. Adoption. See, at that time, that's another message that I kept getting when I go down to this area. Like somebody kept saying, where are my children? And we know, of course, how in that time children were being taken away, Indigenous children, those that what they call half castes. Children were being taken away people sacrificed here, because this is like the first of, like one of the three earliest settlements here in Western Australia. And the children were taken away, many children, lots of people slaughtered. These people already knew what they were facing. They're looking at it and they're facing it. Like, how are we going to deal with this? But they're building up their strength. A lot of them were killed. There's an arrogance here. A ram, stubborn. We want. I'm really seeing it. Really. Very arrogant kind of energy coming off of this. And like the throne, like he's right on that throne, and his eye, like he's just like adamant that, yep, we want this, and he's, like see the mountains, like, like the cave rock walls, and there's dark, the cloud over it. Oh, yeah, hang on, turn this on. Start with these clouds. That's, like that's bringing on darkness. And by the sword, any means necessary, by the sword. That is how it was. I'm the boss, I know best sort of attitude. That's the colonial powers that be. Still the same, right? Hasn't changed. Empress in reverse. The portal. The portal that Oracle B was talking about. I see that portal being that cave. If you're seeing this cave, it's like a big hole in the ground, like it looks like that. Bats coming out. Scorpion. Nasty energy in there. Oh, I could feel that when I went there. I didn't even know what I was going to when I went there. It just got led there. I got a card with this Emperor here. Tell us about this Emperor. This Emperor, this power. Arrogant power. Messages. See, they were getting messages then. Powers that be were getting messages of growth, that they could use this resource of the batshit to grow this. That was the messages coming in, but they're not noticing these clouds in the background. It's darkness that they're bringing with it. like, because I kept getting these messages, these downloads, and it's cursed land. So, and that's what they did by pulling out this batshit and plastering it all over the farming ground. And that they might have been benefiting like in the immediate future, but then they hadn't looked further into the future. They're just looking at that time right there and then. Emperor. King of Wands. Again, that arrogant, that I know best sort of attitude, and thinking that this is eternal, like this is an everlasting resource. It's not. I don't think they knew what they were pulling out of the ground, connecting with Mother Earth. They weren't connected, see? They weren't connected to the land, so they were blinded by greed. They should have refused the call, because now they've been judged. They've been judged. Yeah. Victory in reverse. Accolades in reverse. Yeah, accolades in reverse. So now it's coming back, like all that dark energy that came from the greed, the dark energy that came from the greed is now coming back to bite their families on the arse. They're still there. But they've been coming and telling me about this. Because I'm here in this, this building here that I'm in is the original flour mill, which, so you can see the connection there. It's the original flour mill that, the wheat was grown with the batshit ground up in this, and the wheat that grew from that batshit was ground up in this building. And so I then am getting all these messages from the people from that time that have passed. So now the accolades are, they're going to pay for this. They're, the generations now are going to be paying for this. It's a curse. They cursed it. And they didn't even know. They cursed their predecessors. Is that the right word? You know what I mean. The people to come now. The people that are here now. Six of Wands in reverse. King of Swords. And that's the truth. This is somebody bringing truth. This is an official. King of Swords. The King of Swords in the upright has integrity. He's bringing this message. He's bringing this message about the environment, how disrupting certain things in the environment is cursing the place. Oh.